to me is an expression of self.
Fashion for me, it's always been about how you express yourself.
I feel like fashion is personal.
I know it's a way to sort of express yourself.
For me, it's just my individuality. It's the way I express my style.
About expressing your identity.
I don't have any specific definition for fashion for myself. For me, it's freedom.
It depends on how you think of it.
You know, fashion style or whatever, it's about taking the ones that you think would suit you and the ones that you like and making them your style.
It's a way in which we communicate how we're feeling, what we're doing, and the situation that we're in to other people.
It isn't just sort of, oh, look, clothes, it's more sort of about you and your personality and sort of how you value the situation you're in.
It is something that drives my self-confidence.
For me, when I wake up and I feel a certain mood, I'll dress a certain way.
Through the way you dress and the way you accessorize.
I think you should always be comfortable when you're in your zone and in your style. Like, it shouldn't be forced.
If I'm feeling good that day, I'll go out and I'll put on my favourite shoes and nicest jeans, and I'll go out and look good, and everyone will know because they can read you.
The way I want to be perceived on that day. If I want to look good, then.
So for me, it's always been about how you feel.
About like a way to show your characteristics.
How like the fashion at fashion shows is relevant to us in our everyday life, how we can make that wearable, but what we can take from that is certain ideas and from a certain performance, colours, patterns, whatever, and make that into our own style.
Fashion changes all the time. Throughout the years, fashion changes constantly. Most of all, I feel like fashion is personal.
Like, it could be propaganda, it could be a trend, it could be a symbol of a generation.
And one really cool guy said that following fashion is ridiculous. Not following, silly.
I study German, so I'm interested in other cultures. I always have been, and I think that's also a big part of fashion, discovering other cultures, what people from other cultures wear, and also what I'm looking forward to in the Fashion Society is working with people from other cultures, bringing new ideas together.
The Fashion Society, for me, it's a way of linking people together that are in different courses and that have a mutual sort of interest in we can share our creations.
It's something that I've been interested in, and yeah, I'm really excited for what we have for the future for it. I studied chemical engineering here at Harry Watt.
Visual creative director. Visual unity. I just need this visual satisfaction. I like it, I like it. I don't have any specific rules to it. If I like it, if for me it's visual satisfaction, then I go for it.
My key element is fashion law. I'm looking into intellectual property and ethics within the fashion industry, as I'm studying management with business law. And I want to find a way to learn more about law in different aspects of society.
I am also a YouTube blogger and a guitarist, keep creating the videos and the music and contributing to the Fashion Society. Anyway, I love it. I love dressing up in different occasions. I love the way that I dress up on the stage.
That it sort of ties in with the fact that, like, sort of holistic view, checking out what everyone else is doing, seeing how everyone else views fashion, and also sort of combining with my own opinions in that, making sure that we're all on the same page, and while also allowing everyone to have their own individuality.
We work in a group, but I'm involved in talking about like cosmetics and makeup within fashion. So I'll be looking at the like cultural differences between, like in makeup, for example, Western and Eastern.
So in the Fashion Society, I am the president of the Edinburgh branch, and for me as an economics and a marketing student, the two great benefits that I get from being president is I get to learn about the interaction with stakeholders on not only a local level, but also how they interact globally. It's interesting because once you're interacting with your stakeholders, the marketing perspective of how you actually communicate and build great relationships is extremely important. So I'm really looking forward to kind of using the things that I've learned in this role.
I'd certainly like to work within the fashion industry, particularly within marketing. I'd definitely want to move to London or Paris at the moment, I think. Working designer at Eddie's the man, people like that. I mean, obviously they, as creative directors, have a large control over their industry and particularly their brands, such as Saint Laurent at the moment, with Gucci and Dior and so on. However, there's also obviously room for other people's opinions in there. I'd certainly like to see the way they work and how they've come to be as successful as they currently are.
It would be so interesting to work within fashion. I'm studying business. Marketing is actually quite interested. Yeah, I think it is an option to work in the fashion industry in the future.
Basically, what would be great for me is to be able to use my business skills, all the areas that we've learnt about, and my language skills, and be able to work in the fashion industry with those skills and see where it takes me.
How you collaborate fashion campaign. I guess when it comes to textiles and clothes, the materials used. So I think if I was to apply chemical engineering in fashion, it would be in the production of materials to use in clothes, fibers or synthetic material, waterproof, whatever it is.
Actually, I'm doing civil engineering. I think I have disciplined myself, so I am gonna use that skills that I learned to achieve more creative stuff. I can keep that balance and put them all together and see how it goes in the future.
I'm so uncertain about where my future's going, but the idea of looking into fashion law has really encouraged me to pursue more different aspects. So it might be fashion law, it might be commercial law. It's open for me, I'm not really sure.
I don't have any big plans for future in terms of fashion. It just came unexpectedly, So never thought of it. I just go for interesting opportunities. So I had this one new fashion society. I thought its perspective builds my personality. I am happy that it's not about just fashion. It is about inspiring. It is about educating.
I'm studying events management, so definitely I'd like to see myself maybe progress in the fashion industry, see where it takes me. I'm not one for planning for the future, but I'm definitely one for fate. If something's going to go right for you, then.
Being in the fashion industry is something that I definitely want to be a part of. There's so many different aspects, from supply to manufacturing to raw materials to actually being a designer or even a retailer, for example. There's so many different places in which I could go, and also so many jobs within that. So fashion industry for me, that's the one.